gentlemen, welcome to this evening's ARCA doubleheader. Kansas, Charlotte, 2.5-mile tracks for today's NASCAR 25 stream. Both races are in full, 100 laps each, 200 miles each, 150 miles each, excuse me. So I make up 300 miles total, which is why we're doing the two races. And we're racing as Corey Dave for this season. And so far, we are the points leader through the first two races. We won the season opener at Daytona and finished fourth at Rockingham, a race that probably got away with us with a late caution. Qualified on the pole for this race here today at Kansas, my first pole ever in NASCAR 25, and I'm ready to get going for this race. We're not going to waste any more time because we do have a longer stream for you today. And let's get this one underway. Connor Berg, Wade, thanks for tuning in. And let's get settled in and ready to go. I'm excited for this. We're going to be wrapping up this ARCA season over the next couple of days.
There's the green flag.
Green flag is in the air. We are underway, stuck in first gear on the initial start. And William Sawalich, despite qualifying second, will easily have the lead into the first turn as we are going backwards with Corey Day off this initial start. It's always a guessing game as to whether I'm in first or second gear on the initial start.
One outside. Clear high. One high.
Going to the eighth.
Clear outside. Outside door.
Finished fourth at Rockingham.
Clear high if you want it. Far outside.
I said I was going to try to stream yesterday, but I didn't have anything in the streaming schedule for yesterday.
Clear, clear. One inside.
It's all right. We're back at it with a double today.
One up high.
Christopher Kennedy, thanks for tuning in. Also, I see in the chat dissing on my Packers, and it's very well deserved because the Packers absolutely sucked in the second half. And a lot of games, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. They have been a first-half team this year. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. They have been a first-half team this year. I cannot believe the same thing. Like, you would think they would have learned from their mistakes of blowing big leads by now when it's something that's happened all season, but I guess when you're prone to do it, 3 or 4 times, you're probably prone to do it again. No, I didn't have any sweets to recover from my loss.
Outside.
I took it like a man. I was frustrated. I went to bed frustrated. And now that it's a couple days behind me, it is what it is.
Clear high if you want it.
Now I'm full on the Aaron Rodgers Pittsburgh Steelers bandwagon as a Packers fan. At least I've got something to watch for, I guess, for the NFL, because I don't really care about what else goes on. Finally took the lead back, lap 5, after a great initial start. Car is on the loose side. I'm going to have to tighten this up a bit. I noticed in practice it was getting really, really loose about 5+ laps into my run with this setup. And we should have good long run speed too. Yeah, 1 and 5 to end the season. Yep, not good. Not good at all. Yeah, they were plagued with injuries all year. I'm kind of surprised that they didn't fall sooner than they did, but yeah, they limped their way into the playoffs. Really tried to rest their guys against that Vikings game and play basically no starters on both sides of the ball. And I think that showed in the first half because they came out fresh, and then all of a sudden they weren't fresh anymore. So, Kyle Lance, thanks for tuning in. And then that Raw was at 2. It was. I did not catch any of it. Don't spoil anything, Kyle. I'll have to watch it back. At least at the highlights side of things. This is a race that we could absolutely kick the field's tail, which is good. Conserve this points lead because Swalich is working his way up in points very quickly after that Rockingham race. He's able to hold on and get the race win. Hit the wall once in practice with how loose the race car was. Knowing I have this fast of a car, I know I don't have to push 100%, especially as I start to grow my lead on the longer runs. This is a race that it's mine to lose. We're good on the short run. We're going to be even better on the long run. The initial launch on the restarts may hurt from time to time, but at least I know now I'm restarting in first gear so I can shift a little quicker on the restarts. I don't think I'm going to be as bad on the restarts as I was on the initial start. See the announcement today. Yes, points have changed. I know late last week they announced that they were going to change the points format, or at least the announcement of that change would be this afternoon at 3:30 Eastern, and I did see it live as it was taking place. I didn't watch the live stream. I was actually watching the Icebergs live stream as that was going on, as he was live for a couple hours. But yeah, the chase is back. The name, I don't want to say the original format, because the way points are awarded from race to race with stages, and now it's 1 point per position versus back in the original chase it was not. It's basically the original chase extended version. Instead of 10, it's 16. And there's more of a points increment because of there only being 1 point per position between each seed when the playoff, or I gotta get used to saying the chase again, when the chase starts. And more points per race winner, yes. That is probably the biggest change, I think, in this whole points format in general, is the fact that more points are allowed for the race winner. Which is something that I've been saying for a while when it comes to the regards of trying to find some sort of a format that does reward winning more. Because I do believe that if you win, 5+ races in a season, you should be rewarded for it in a certain way. What is your full body of work? But at the same time, I don't think we've ever had a format where they've rewarded winning on a points base over the consistency part of the whole season up until the most recent playoff format that we ended up seeing. But then that was convoluted by the way of it rewards winning, but it also rewards consistency. And while you put the emphasis on winning at the right time, then you have champions like Kyle Larson this year who didn't win at the quote-unquote right time. So it definitely had a lot of holes in it, that's for sure. And I don't think we're going to see that as much with this format. I like the change, personally. It'll be a lot easier to explain to new people trying to come into the sport as a fan. Catching lap traffic already. It's only lap 15, 2.5 second lead. Butterbean Queen is up to second. Now he's further back in points than Swalich. And in just a 10-race season, I don't know if he's going to have enough time to catch us. We're going to have some racetracks where we're going to absolutely struggle to get those top fives needed. But if we continue our top 5 streak tonight with the 2 races that we have, Kansas and Charlotte, maybe even win both races, we will be setting ourselves up for something big here, which is an ARCA championship potentially with Corey Day. I'm going to say Corey Hine.
Inside now. You're all clear.
I went to one NFL game this season. I went to the Browns and Titans game in Cleveland. Whatever week that was, like week 14, 15, something like that.
Inside now. Clear low if you want it.
Been out on most of the NFL this year compared to Every year I just get more and more removed from the NFL, minus my Packers. And now that the Packers are eliminated from the playoffs, if it wasn't for Aaron Rodgers playing for the Packers for a long time and now he's with a different team, I wouldn't even be watching football the rest of the year, to be completely honest. But I guess I'll see how he does tonight. Caution's out for the first time. There are so many cars. I'm just going to keep the track position because we're so good with this race car. I think we just got to keep the lead as much as we can. Usually I'm pitting for fresh tires right there, but not tonight. First yellow of the day. They only had one at Rockingham in a 125 lap race. So here in a 100 lap race at Kansas, we'll see how this one goes. Now this is on older tires, but our first gauge of a restart, we actually did much better there as anticipated. There might be some drivers at the tail end of the lead lap who pitted for tires. We'll see if they can march their way through the field, but there's so many cars on the lead lap, I just don't think that that's going to hurt us at all. Squeezing up the middle, 3 wide. So Wallach making contact there with Corey Day, sandwiching us. And now just trying to keep from wrecking. Middle of the front stretch. Wow, that costed us. Well, at least it wasn't a mistake on my part with the shifting this time. I mean, I just got absolutely sandwiched there. Billy Kramer, thanks for tuning in. Good news is we have the fastest car in the field by far right now, so we can try to march our way back up there. Not worried about it. Plenty of laps left in this first race of our doubleheader. All the way down to the apron here for Corey Day. 3 wide to the inside. We're going to clear both of those cars into the first turn. Move immediately back to the wall. Butterbean Queen was the one who got to the lead on the restart, so Wallach just behind us. We attack for second on LeVar Scott to the inside. A little slide job, if you will, all clear. No, Tomlin's not getting fired. There's no way he's going to win the division and not get fired. I don't even know that his job was in jeopardy even if he lost that game, to be completely honest. The guy's never had a losing season as a coach, and I get the mediocrity of, you know, the Steelers, and it's been a long time since they've been contenders, but having that much success year in and year out, you're not getting a high draft pick, so it's kind of hard to have that, like, usually teams will fall off for a little bit. They'll get their key, you know, young players, for instance, but that's just not the case with Pittsburgh. They've kind of just stayed old for a really long time, and it's reminded me a lot of being a Red Wings fan of the dynasty that they had where they made the playoffs for 25 consecutive years, but the back half of that dynasty was them just trying to keep that playoff streak alive, but in actuality, when they got in, they weren't really championship contenders anymore. It had been years before they'd even gotten, you know, a deep playoff run. They'd be in the first or second round, and that would be about it, and that's all you could really account for them through those years. And, you know, now it's just kind of funny because they're in the search for a quarterback last year and didn't have that draft pick, so let's go out and get Aaron Rodgers and make a run at it again. And here they are, another playoff run. It's probably not going to be very deep, and it's one of those things where it's like if you don't win the championship, it really doesn't matter that you did make the playoffs. In retrospect, for the long-term ability of how that franchise is going to be competitive. Good news is that they're in the same division with the Browns. The Ravens are usually pretty good, but this year had an off year, and Lamar Jackson was banged up, and that even happens from time to time. But now they're looking for a new coach, and the Bengals are also not the greatest, especially defensively, and with the offensive line, more so defensively for Cincy. That division's wide open on a year-to-year basis. So I know that's more football talk than racing. Sorry for going on that tangent. Tomlin's job is safe. I know a couple of Steelers fans live in Northwest Ohio. They do have a pretty decent fan base here. So I hear Steeler talk quite often. The only thing with not hitting pit road during that caution is if we don't have a long enough green flag run and the yellow comes out, we just pit anyway. But if we do have a long enough green flag run, there were some lead lap cars that pitted, we may go a lap down for a brief moment. Although I think over the course of 16 laps, we can extend our lead long enough that at least we'll be on the lead lap still, but it could shake the running order a bit. And there could be other drivers who would end up going a lap down and which otherwise wouldn't have had we just went through the full cycle regularly. Joey Logano, fan 77, thanks for tuning in. GG's for SVG. I think SVG could still make the playoffs. But the chase. Took me so long to get used to saying the playoffs, and now I gotta remember to say chase over and over again. But I think he can still make the chase. With it being 16 drivers, I would... And there's more points for winning a race than what there was before. I mean, he was right on the cusp of being top 20 in points overall had we just had like a full season points format before. So for him to pick up a handful of positions in points on a consistency standpoint, he's much better at the ovals now than what he was at the start of the season last year when he was running top 10 a few times. Like New Hampshire, he qualified top 10 and was running there before he spun. There were a couple other runs that he had up inside the top 10 at various times on ovals. I think the big difference maker for him is if he can get the finishes that are high up in the running order on the super speedways or drafting style ovals, that's going to help him out a ton, because I do think he's going to be more consistent. I don't see him going out and winning any ovals Connor Zilic Xfinity Series like, but I do see him being much more competitive there in year 2, and it really showed on tracks he was going to more than once. Minus Bristol. For some reason, that one really stunk up the show for him. But as top 16 in points, I mean, that's not... You don't have to be a top 10 driver. You literally have to be a top 16 driver all season. And he's going to be good enough to win some races along the way, and having that bigger points increment's huge.
Clear up top.
It'll add up quick. SVG fan, thanks for tuning in. But yeah, no, I think he'll be fine. Now, I think the likelihood of him getting maybe a higher finish in points come the chase is maybe going to be a little bit less likely, because I don't think he's going to be able to necessarily make it. Like, theoretically speaking, if he could have survived his way out of the round of 16, he won the Roval, he would have been in the round of 8. So from an ethics standpoint, even though he technically maybe wouldn't have been top 8 in points at the end of the year, he would have made the round of 8, which made it looked like on paper that he had a better shot at the title. Plus, Talladega was in the round. Like, so you never know. There, like his chances of finishing top 5 in points, I think, are definitely dwindled. But to just make the chase, I don't think it's any. Well, it's going to be harder for him because the win and in's not there. But from a consistency standpoint, if he just does what he did in the back half of last year, I think he'll be fine.
Clear up top. Inside.
Oh boy. A piece of the wall there after contact with Eric Johnson Jr.
Still there.
More Joey Logano championships. Yeah, you never know. He's still in Penske equipment.
Clear low if you want it.
While he hasn't had the uptick in performance with this next-gen car that other drivers have had a few years in now,
Outside.
I still have faith that that older Joey Logano return to form can continue.
One low. Clear inside.
Maybe not the championship winning ways, but you never know if he's in contention. And he has shown to be one of, if not the most clutch drivers in NASCAR history, I'd say.
Clear high if you want it.
Between him and Paul Wolfe as a whole, just collectively, they're so clutch. With just being able to win races that they're not capable of winning, getting maybe better finishes by advancing through the playoffs, and you wouldn't have expected that team to be able to do so, and they just find a way. That's still going to exist to a certain extent. It's just going to have to be more consistent over the course of those 10 races at the end of the season. But you never know. I mean, he has like a 5th place run all year, and he's a 5 seed or something going into the chase. I'm not counting him out of it by any means. You really got to take it on a season-to-season basis. I mean, it's hard to have a huge uptick in performance from one year to the next, but
Far outside. Clear outside.
he was, you know, around an 8th place driver last year, 8th to 10th. So, not asking a whole lot more out of him than what you would have otherwise. Now, he only had 1 race win, but again, now that's not going to maybe matter as much.
Inside door.
Just got to keep the consistency up. I think wrecking out of super speedways, because he tends to do that a lot, that's going to be big for him. Like, get to the end of those races now. Get those top 5 finishes when you're running there for most of the race. Don't wreck out the final 20 laps at all costs.
Inside now.
And we'll see where he ends up.
Clear low.
Sergei Fedorov's jersey retirement was tonight. Yes, it is. I remember hearing of that.
Clear all
That was supposed to be the case. Good night for Detroit. Over a 10-second lead already. This race is just utter domination from our driver, Corey Day.
Outside now. Clear outside. You're low on
Almost halfway home already. Fuel tank is getting very low. I'm going to have to pit this time, actually. I'm glad the crew chief was able to say something. Now I'm going to have to try to go from the top to the bottom to hit the pits. I'm not going to make an adjustment change. I thought about tightening it up just a bit, but good thing there's nobody directly behind us. We can coast our way into the pits. 45-mile-per-hour speed limit. There we go. So we are in. Doodlebug 5, thanks for tuning in.
lead. Stay on the blend line now. Leaders on pit road. We're out front, driver.
Well, there must not have really been anybody important that hit pit road during that last caution. I know nobody in the top 10 did for sure, leading up to the lone restart that we had from that wreck all the way back at lap 16.
Yellow's out.
And we got a caution.
Pit road is open.
Not long after the pit stop, so we'll stay out. Advance to the restart. And close in on the second half of the race.
Pace car's off. Be ready. Green, green, green. One high. We'll get the lead back. Stay focused. Outside. Car high. 3 wide. 1 high. 3 wide. 1
Well,
outside.
that seemed like the initial start of the race with that restart. Even though I thought I was much better getting out of first gear than what I was earlier.
Car outside. Outside now.
That's the one way we lose this race, is if we have a restart with just a couple laps to go.
Clear high. Outside.
I can't afford to give up those spots and then,
Clear outside.
you know, get them back in 2 laps.
Car outside.
So when we get into a late race situation, we're definitely going to have to find a way
Stay low. Clear, all clear. Outside now. Clear high. One outside. Great job. You got the lead. Clear high if you want
There
it.
we go, got it. Took like 4 laps though. It's because we fell all the way back to, I believe, 7th place. .45 laps to go. Chase being back is epic. Hope Priest is getting... Oh, jeez. I don't hope that. I do think the change in points format's going to maybe put a little bit more pressure as far as putting certain drivers on the hot seat for their rides, like an Austin Cindric next year, maybe an Alex Bowman who's already on the hot seat, depending on how he performs next year, because he was a borderline 16th place driver. Ty Gibbs, you know, we'll see what that looks like. And what will now be year 4 in the Cup Series full time. Plus, he had about a dozen races there in 2022 when he wasn't a full-time competitor. Running the high side pretty much this whole race. I think the only time I've scraped the wall was that little bit of contact I had with a lap car out of turn 2 a little earlier in the race. Everything has been so smooth. I do think I'm going to have a little bit less pace at Charlotte, because I'm not quite as good there compared to other mile-and-a-half tracks. And I would say that Kansas and Las Vegas are my best on this game. Get this win. I'll focus on Charlotte when we get to Charlotte.
Car outside. Clear. One outside. Clear up top.
Definitely adding a huge chunk of laps onto the laps led category. Really, between all 3 races, though, I led quite a few at Daytona, probably the most. Close to, if not the most laps led at Rockingham with the 4th place run, and we've led the most laps by far here tonight at Kansas, and that is no question. We're going to have to wait and see exactly how Charlotte's going to run. We've had 2 cautions in this race so far. That still can happen. Everybody has to pit one more time. Just about into that final fuel range, and there we go. Caution's out. I'm definitely coming to pit road here, and I would assume others will as well. Our third caution of the race, Wilson, goes around.
You good with this
And this is
strategy,
going to
driver?
set up a longer run to the checker. We are well within the fuel window, yep. So we're going to take on 4 fresh tires now. On to the pit stop.
Pace car's off. Be ready. Green, green. One on the bottom. One on the bottom. Stay high. Clear low if you want it. Inside. You're all clear. Clear low.
Something in contact with Thad Moffitt there. I lost so many spots on the restart. It's almost like they went fuel only.
Clear high if you want it. Or outside.
Maybe Moffitt took tires too. That was very odd.
Clear, all clear.
Plus, in actuality, just in general, there weren't many cars that pitted.
One outside.
It's very strange to restart that deep in the field.
Clear outside. Inside.
Again, we'll look to drive right back up there.
Clear low if you want it. One outside. One low. Clear up top. Clear, all clear. Outside. Clear low if you want it. Stay low. One bottom. 3 wide. One outside. Clear low if you want it. 3 wide. Clear high. One outside. Clear inside. Clear outside. Car outside.
Definitely going to struggle the most when we get to the short tracks, so taking advantage
Clear high if you want it.
of the lone super speedway on the schedule and all the intermediate tracks we have
Car outside.
at that abundance right now.
Stay low. All clear. One low. Clear, all clear. Outside now.
Sawalich out in front.
You're all clear.
As of right now, our main foe for the championship. Again, Butterbean may get there at some point, but he's not there yet. Still trying to dig out of that hole after finishing 36th in the season opener at Daytona.
Clear high.
Sawalich blocks Corey Day all the way down to the bottom of the racetrack. The run off turn 4 still for Day. Going to look to the apron through the tri-oval. Just 28 laps to go.
Out front, nice job. Car outside. Clear high.
And Sawalich is out in front. No, I didn't finish the truck season. So again, my plan for that, and I stated this last week on the channel because I am pretty behind on it, and I recorded some videos for that that just weren't uploaded yet. I'm going to do the full season points for all 3 series, and then just continue to throw uploads of that series out on the channel as the NASCAR season's going on and whatever else, you know, content we have here on the channel. So it will be finished at some point. I know it's taken a while, but that's why I wasn't live streaming it for, you know, the last couple months when we have been doing the ARCA, Xfinity, and Cup stuff. Because I would have ended up skipping some races that you guys wouldn't have seen yet. And I didn't want to do that. Still quite a few cars on the lead lap with how evenly split the 3 cautions that we have seen tonight have come out.
Fastest lap yet, driver.
It's our fastest lap of the race that last time by. 32.576. Very close to the pole lap we ran, which was, I believe, a 5.1. I was full throttle on that lap, though. I haven't been running full throttle around here in the race. Kenneth Clark, thanks for tuning in. I'm doing all right. Hopefully you are as well.
Outside. Clear high if you want it.
20 to go. Okay, now we have 20 to go. I was a lap ahead of myself. Alex 24 in 2 weeks. Yeah, a little less than that now. He's starting in 12 days.
One high. One up high. 3 wide. Clear high. One bottom. 3 wide. Clear low. One outside. 3 wide. All clear.
Under the apron to bypass traffic. 17 laps to go. Points format is much more simple to explain. Yes, it is. It'll be a lot easier for me to explain that to someone new to the sport, that's for sure. Because I feel like before I had to leave out certain details just for the sake of trying to wrap up the conversation sooner. So I wasn't talking their ear off and maybe lost them in the midst of the conversation.
Clear high if you want it. One
But
up
now it's
high.
like I can just explain it. It's already in detail with the brief explanation that I have. So, sake of conversation will be much easier when trying to explain how a champion is determined in NASCAR. Yeah, stages are still there, which I don't mind stage racing. I just wish there weren't any stage cautions, which is something that I've explained since the very beginning of stage racing, well before the YouTube channel. So we've had stage racing since 2017 already.
One high.
Just crazy.
Clear high. Outside. Clear outside.
Just about a 10-second lead has been opened up.
One on the bottom. One up high. Three wide. Clear outside. All clear. Clear up top. One up high. Clear all around. 10 to go this time. Car high. Clear, clear.
Eight laps left at the line. At this point, I just hope we stay green to the end of the race. If we have a restart, I think 3 to 4 laps to go is a good spot for us, because anything with 2 laps to go or less is going to be very hard to try to get back to the lead, assuming that we're going to lose a few positions. I'd have to make sure I stay within the top 4 at the end of the first corner when we get up to speed on that first lap for me to be able to believe that we're going to win the championship. Or not championships. Championship has been on the forefront of a topic of conversation in NASCAR today, but to win this race, that we did our championship races last week too, so there's that. Our first season of Cup and Xfinity on NASCAR 25. Hey, Roz. Thanks for tuning in.
Outside door. Clear, clear. Car outside. Clear outside.
3 wide lap traffic just up in front. 6 laps to go.
Car inside.
Oh, he moved up right in front of me.
Clear inside.
Not gonna lie, I was scared I wrecked him at first.
3 wide.
Just gotta get through this. I don't want to cause an accident.
Clear inside.
Just need this to stay green. We've got a 15-second lead.
Clear outside.
In the midst of getting through all this traffic, we're lapping as many cars as I can.
1 high. Clear outside. 5 to go now.
5 laps left.
Outside. Clear high. One up high. Clear high.
Greg Van Alsten, 13th.
Car outside.
3 to go.
Clear outside.
I just want to get to that white flag.
One high. Clear high if you want it. Car high. 3 wide. Clear high. Clear all around. Inside now.
Low past Amber Bulk, and we're going to have a ton of clean air here for these final 2 laps. I just want to see the white. Give me the white.
Time now.
This has got to be one of my most dominant, definitely my most dominant ARCA race I've had on NASCAR 25. Percentage of laps led, margin of victory, all going to be pretty high. They are 4 wide off turn 4 up there. I was so hoping they weren't going to crash on the front stretch. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go. We got there. Final lap of the race. Now we have the sigh of relief. And we're going to win our first of the 2 races here tonight. We'll try to go for broke at Charlotte. I don't think we're going to be as quick as what we were at Kansas, but we still should be decently fast. Stayed out of trouble. That was the big thing. Was aware of not being the greatest on the restarts. We stayed with it. Checkered flag, 2nd win of the season. Still wish there were burnouts in this game. 52 minutes, 49 seconds total time in this first race. 20.3 second margin of victory for Corey Day over Brennan Queen. William Sawalich in 3rd, LeVar Scott 4th, Thad Moffitt 5th, then Wallace Allen 6th, Angie Jankowiak 7th, Cole Raz 8th, Isabella Robusto 9th, and Jake Finch rounding out the top 10. So we are a winner in race number 1. Mute the game here for a sec, and we'll check the point standings before we go into race number 2 of the night at Kansas, which will be the 4th race out of 10 on this short season. Got 138 points. Lawless Allen is still in 2nd right now. Robusto was 2nd going into that race, so Allen moves up to 2nd with his 5th place run. Sawalich, after finishing 3rd, is now up to 3rd in points. He's only 3 behind Allen, and we have a 22-point lead over Lawless and a 20 5-point lead over Sawalich. Queen is up to 9th in points, and he is only at 94 right now, so almost a full race ahead of Queen still, so we'll try to hang on there. And the big question mark, Michigan's going to be tough for me on this game, as it usually is. So Michigan, Iowa's usually pretty tough for me. Watkins Glen, Bristol's hit or miss, and then Phoenix. Those are the tough races. Literally all of those. Dover, I think I can be competitive enough at. And then Bristol, maybe. Charlotte will be competitive. Hopefully we can get another race win. And I'm not sure if I'm going to practice for this race or not. I'll practice. I'll just do like 4 laps just to get a feel for the car. I'm not going to qualify. We're going to start at the tail. And I'll start with a looser setup. And if it's too loose, I'll back off of that going into the race.
Get a good feel for the car and see if we can hit our goal out there.
Yeah, I hope burnouts are going to be added as well. No better thrill of victory than burning your car down on the front stretch. .202 is the leader's lap. Our target lap, 31.981. We'll definitely have good long run speed, but what is our short run speed going to be here at Charlotte? I think this loose setup is the way to go. Just feeling how the car is reacting right now. And it may get tighter over the course of the run.
Amazing lap, driver.
Pocketed a 31.715.
Otherwise, bring her in. We're done here.
Pretty solid lap to start. I'll run a few more and then practice a pit road entry. Oof. That was a decent hit against the wall. It's definitely naturally going to tighten up a bit. It's probably a better way I can back up the entry to the corner and help pin the car down to the bottom and not wash as wide up the racetrack. So it's got a good and fast run this middle groove right now, but I don't know how that's going to be later in the run. Let's struggle a little bit more. Going to be a borderline one-stop race, too. Had to lift off turn 4 to keep it off the wall that time, so definitely building tighter and tighter. Taking advantage on that first lap or two of the race. Starting from the tail end of the field is going to be interesting. We did it at Rockingham. We'll see if we can do it here at Charlotte. Pretty easy pit road entry. Cone is all the way down here. And we'll end practice. We were the fastest in practice. My margin was over a tenth at Kansas. Here it's about 0.08 of a second, and that's on the short run. 31.715 was our fast lap, and Brendan Butterbean Queen second, William Sawalich third.
Let's go trackside now for the command to start this ARCA Series race. Drivers, start your engines!
Flip the switch. Time to go. Ten away. Green, green. Inside door. Clear bottom.
Now, this track a lot more narrow than Kansas, so getting through traffic alone is going to be a lot more difficult.
3 wide.
But we'll do our best.
1 on the bottom.
Blake Lothian right in front of us here on this high side.
We're outside. 1 low.
Go up the middle, 3 wide.
3 wide.
That was very narrow, but held the car steadily.
Outside now. Clear inside.
Oh boy.
Still there. Clear high. Car outside. Clear, clear. Outside now. You're all clear. 1 low. Car high. 3 wide. Clear low. 1 outside.
Big push to Kyle Keller down the back straightaway.
Clear high if you want it. Outside.
Hit him square.
Clear high if you want it.
Actually helped us both out a bit.
Outside now. Clear up top. Outside. Clear outside.
No, just a doubleheader tonight. Doubleheader tonight for ARCA, doubleheader tomorrow, and then I'm going to be doing the final 4 races all on Wednesday, and that's because those will be 50% races in those final 4 to end the season.
Clear bottom. Clear high if you
So
want
we're
it.
quite literally going to just speed run this in 4 streams to do this 10-race ARCA season. Our own chase, if you will. Only this chase includes the entire field of 40.
Clear outside.
Though not everybody running full time either.
1 on the bottom.
And everybody started at 0.
Clear inside. Inside. Clear low if you want it. Inside now. Clear low if you want it.
Up to 20th after starting dead last in 40th. Tried applying a little bit of brake through turns 3 and 4 there. Kind of helped me out. Very wide exit.
Inside now. Car high.
Getting a run after Smith and Club. To battle our way through the field.
Clear outside.
Trying to make the quickest passes possible up to 18th. Got them both.
Car
Takuma
outside.
Koga will be next.
Stay low. Clear outside.
That corner, I just felt like I ran the bottom so beautifully.
Clear high.
Soaring our way by Brayton Laster. Patrick Starpoli just up ahead.
Outside
A
door.
run down the back straightaway for Corey Day. A look to the inside into turns 3 and 4, and a pass on Starpoli for 15. Cletus McFarland just up the way. We had our first caution at Kansas in a 100-lap race on a mile and a half at lap 16. We had 3 cautions total in that event. Big Nate, thanks for tuning in. Am I watching the Chili Bowl? I don't have the means to be able to watch the Chili Bowl, otherwise I would.
Clear outside.
But I'll definitely keep up with it throughout the course of the week. And that build up into the weekend like I always do. Looking to the outside of Tyler Wright through turns 3 and 4 for Corey Day.
Stay high. Clear bottom.
Just completed the pass into turns 1 and 2 and getting straight to the bottom of the racetrack now. Cover the inside, stay in front of him. Wright will give us a push down the back straightaway. Get our speed back up after getting out of the gas a little too much to just try to protect down there. Amber Bulkin side by side with Greg Van Olst for position out of turn 4. Pretty much all the way through that last corner.
One up high.
Big speed through 1 and 2 and inside of Bulkin into 3, all the way down the backstretch primarily. All clear. Next, the massive run to Greg Van Olst. Trying to keep the car pinned to the bottom of the racetrack. Clip the apron just a bit. That's going to hurt our corner exit speed, and we'll have to slide back up in line behind him.
Car high.
Trying to get to the inside of Van Olst as he squeezes us up off the exit of turn 4. Really trying to pinch us down the racetrack.
You're all clear.
Clipping the apron again, just got clear in the middle of the corner. And we're going to keep Van Olst cleared off turn 2. He must have just subsided his position there. I'm going to hit the wall. And just lightly scraped it off turn 4. Wasn't much, didn't slow us down too much down the front stretch, but definitely didn't help us. Damage-wise, car's still fine. Greg Biffle's memorial services on Friday. Open to the public. Yeah, it's really hard to get over that. I don't think I'll be over it completely for a while. I try not to, you know, dwell on it too much, especially not knowing him from a personal standpoint, but it hit home for sure. It will not be forgotten in many people's memories for a multitude of things. And race car driving for my childhood's sake definitely will live on forever in my memory. Be a month this Sunday. That's crazy how much time has flown by. That's right, it was just before the holidays.
One outside. All clear.
Taking us a while to drive up inside the top 10. Isabella Robusto in that 10th place position.
Clear inside. One outside.
We'll cross over on Robusto out of turn 2. Down the back stretch, a little drag race.
They're outside.
Corey Day wins the battle.
Car outside. They're outside.
Knowing some of the tough races ahead, this is a race I have to finish top 5 at the very least. If not, get a win. So we only have 25 points over Sawalich. It's not a lot. And if he wins a race, the increment between first and second, anywhere between 5 to 7 points. So he could start making that up quick, especially if I don't finish in second. We got trouble, car against the wall, 3 and 4. Saw the smoke first. Oh, gets nailed. Absolutely nailed by another lapper. ARCA breaks city here in Charlotte. And I'm going to hit pit road. I'm going to assume the leaders lap quite a few cars. We're going to pit for fresh tires. We'll top up on fuel while we're down here.
Sounds good. We're coming in, fellas.
And we'll see what we can do on this next restart. Should help us get back through the field a little bit at the very least.
Into the green.
Timmy Hill got the free pass at 29th. We'll restart 28th. We were the only car to hit pit road during this caution.
Go, go, go.
Minus those 2 lappers who were involved in the crash. They probably pitted for damage repair and whatnot, but they were not on the lead lap anyway. Green flag back in the air, lap 26. So it was a lap 22 caution. 23 for the leader. So 22 to 23 lap pressured tires for Corey Day on this restart. Got to drive our way through the field. I think we'll have a much easier time of trying to do so.
Car outside. 3 wide.
Ran down the racetrack on the back straightaway.
Clear all around.
Just gotta be patient getting through the traffic. We've got the car
Outside.
capable of making these passes.
3 wide.
Flipping that Astro turf just a bit down on the apron.
3 wide.
Squeezing our way underneath Isaac Kitzmiller.
Outside door. 3 wide. Car outside. Clear high. Clear, clear. Car high. Car high.
Really loose.
1 outside.
He's not giving me any room either.
Clear all around.
And around he goes. Caution's out.
Out. Pit road is open.
I think we have to just stay out of the pits here. We got some of the leaders pitting and some are not.
Coming to the green.
We're going to chalk that down as a caution I caused, so that'll be our 4th and final one we could be involved in this season. I was down in the AstroTurf trying to stay in the gas after I had gotten loose out of turn 4, and he just never gave us back the room to get back on the track when we got underneath him right around the start-finish line. and lost control into turn 1 after the contact that took place around that second kink of the front stretch. Lap 31 restart, 70 laps to go here.
Clear high. Outside door. Clear high if you want it. One bottom. Inside now.
Oh, on the outside.
Clear inside.
Got a piece of the wall off of turn 4 after contact. The star of Poli just slid up in front of us. Much fresher tires than the rest of the field up here, so we've got to go to work. Especially with those that pitted and have a couple lap fresher tires than us back behind us. And some of them may be quicker on the run.
Stay low. Clear high if you want it. Clear low. Inside door.
Big shot to the back of Andy Jankowiak on the back straightaway, giving him a meaty bump draft.
Car outside. Stay low.
Trying not to bump draft Lawless Allen. Don't want to cause an incident on the front stretch. Just kind of riding behind him, hoping he clears out
Low. Clear all
from
around.
in front of Jake Finch a little more. Now we can attack on Allen out of turn 2.
Clear all around. One outside.
Up to third.
Clear up top.
Threw that car in there
Outside.
to take away Sawalich's third spot. Now down the backstretch to second on Will Kimmel.
Clear outside.
Slight bit of nose damage may tighten this car up quite a bit. 35 laps complete. We have not led yet today. We do have 22 to 23 lap pressure tires on Butterbean Queen, and we're just barely inching on him. Leader that last lap of Queen at a 32.746 to our 32.445, so about 0.3 of a second a lap faster. We will get to Queen very soon. Trying to run that middle to upper groove, just feel like I'm a little bit too tight. Only about 0.2 faster that last lap, dropped off a bit. Much better turns 1 and 2 though. See how much we can gain down the backstretch in the draft behind Queen.
One up high.
Big run for Day to the inside of Queen on the front stretch.
We're out front, driver.
I believe we led that lap barely. Now clear of Queen into turn 1. Not wasting any time. Arc the corner off, get back to the bottom. Queen runs the middle groove. And Corey Day leads for the first time today at Charlotte, but we're still well outside the fuel window to make it to the end of the race. The 2 cautions here today. We have 3 at Kansas earlier. So I'd expect to see at least 1 more. Really is going to depend on when exactly we catch the cautions as to how this race is going to be played out. Terry Lewis, welcome to the stream. Happy Monday. Packers blew the lead. They were up with less. Well, I mean, there was like minute 48 or whatever it was when the lead was lost to the Bears, but I mean, they had the lead for the entire game. Other than the fact that Chicago scored first because they got the ball first, but then Green Bay went down and scored a touchdown immediately after, and they had the lead for probably, 57 and a half? Well, maybe not 57 and a half. They had the lead for over 50 minutes of the game. So it sucks that they didn't close it out. That is for sure. One at IRP. I saw you said you were up by a lap earlier. Cool to hear you close that one out.
Car high. Clear outside.
Leaders are going to have to pit very soon. Because it was a borderline one-stop race. We're at lap 48 of 100 right now. Had that caution lap, so about 3 laps of yellow.
Car outside. Clear up top.
There were some cars that hit pit road during the 2 cautions, but clearly not everybody.
One up high. Clear outside. One high.
Brakes way early.
One outside.
Good turns 3 and 4.
One high.
Trying to race up to the inside of Tinkle, being very, very patient. Got just over a 5-second lead.
One outside. Clear outside.
Well, I'm definitely pulling for the Steelers. I wouldn't pull for anybody but the Packers, but just because of Aaron Rodgers, I'm pulling for the Steelers. Otherwise, I would usually say I really don't care, but I actually do kind of care tonight.
Car outside.
Especially if this is Rodgers' final dance.
3 wide.
Timmy Hill got the free pass under that last caution. So he's now lapped down again. 28 cars are on the lead lap here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We won the first race at Kansas of our doubleheader. Obviously working through race number 2 right now. Ton of time left in this one.
Inside door. One high. Clear low if you want it. Clear high if you want it.
Just split and run right up the middle.
Outside now. 3 wide. Clear high if you want it.
More cars we lap, the better. Taste of a caution. In any lap, we're going to see some cars hit pit road. So I'm definitely ready for it.
One bottom. Clear inside.
Yep, Johnson going to be driving the truck series. For some reason, I thought that they announced that a while back. I guess it was just rumored or leaked. But the official announcement was just a couple days ago.
high. Clear outside. Outside door. Clear high.
There we go. I see one car in the pits. Many more will soon follow.
Outside now. Clear, clear, clear.
Got about 25 laps until we pit, so we're gonna be in the final 20 laps of the race.
Clear outside.
From a strategy standpoint, I think we just continue to run this long, and I know I'm going to give up a lot of time to those on fresh tires, but I think we just try to run them back down
Inside now.
at the end of the race.
Clear
In those
inside.
final 20 laps, and if a caution comes out while they're all a lap down, even better for us. Wings up 1-0 already.
Outside.
Sweet.
Clear up top.
Off and running early. $40 laps to go this time by. Butterbean coming into the pits from second place. A lot more of the top 5 going to be on their way down.
One inside. Clear inside. Car low. Clear. Car outside. Clear outside. 3 wide. Clear bottom. Inside door. Clear inside.
Knowing we had the 3 cautions in the last race, I just have that feeling we're going to catch a yellow at some point before the end of the race. I think it's best for us just to stay out as far as we can. And there were some that pitted during the last caution who could actually go a little bit further than us. That would be the likes of Balkan, Costner, and Richmond. Huddleston, who we just lapped as well. They're not going to be able to go that many laps further, but they can go a few.
One bottom. Clear inside.
Just have to wait to see if Huddleston will continue to be in that free pass position. Or will the likes of Swalch or Queen be able to get there at some point, sometime soon? Tim Richmond about to go a lap down, though. In that 4th spot.
One low. Clear inside.
35 to go this time by.
Car outside. Clear up top. One up high. All clear. One up high. Clear up top. One low. Clear inside.
Matthew Dorter Bruno, welcome to the stream.
One bottom.
Costner going a lap down on the front stretch. Amber Balkan 24.5 seconds out of the lead and fading fast to the hands of Corey Day, who has been getting through lap traffic. We are in the middle of green flag pit stops. Day will have to pit about 15 laps from now. So we stay out for now, hoping that we catch a caution. Or if not, we just stay green and
One
try to
inside.
run them down on the fresh tires at the end of the race.
Clear inside. One outside. You're all clear.
Fastest lap is a 32.013. We were quicker than that for our pole time. Kind of been in traffic, went on fresher tires in this race. The two times we had it with the one pit stop. And obviously a little bit later on with the restart towards the back of the pack, taking the fresh tires after the first caution.
Outside now. Clear high if you want it. Car inside. They're all clear.
30 to go. There's a hit against the wall out of turn 4. I don't think we hurt the car too badly. We had a really big lead opened up before the pit stops started. Because the cars chasing us aren't in second, it's going to be hard to tell exactly which one of those cars on the track map is the cars that would have already pitted or the leaders of them. The likes of Butterbean and Sawalich. LeVar Scott was up there in the running order. The usual suspects in ARCA. Butterbean's up to 5th. Vulcan is the next car in front of us, which would be the last car in the lead lap.
Car outside.
And Butterbean will lap Vulcan.
Clear high.
She was quite a ways ahead of Costner, so just in case that Butterbean gets up past Costner, he will still not be in the free pass position. As he's just trying to get as much time back on his fresh tires versus Corey Day, and then when Day pits, going to try to run him back down to win the race on the backside of that run. Gotten through lap traffic very well this entire race.
Clear up top.
This is an extremely long green flag run. Last restarted before lap 30.
Outside now. Bring it in this lap, bud. Clear outside.
Front tire down to 21%. Butterbean is now in 4th. Riding this out.
One on the bottom. Clear low if you want it. One on the bottom. Clear. One inside. Clear low if you want it.
Will Kimmel, who was up in line behind Queen, he would have been second when we raced our way through the running order on the fresher tires earlier. Kimmel now up to 5th. Honestly surprised that Queen has not gotten to Costner yet. There he goes, now he
One
is.
low.
Well, now he's passed him. About a second off of our fastest lap time of the race, 20 laps to go.
Outside door. Clear up top.
And we'll pit for our 4 fresh tires this time by.
Outside now. Clear outside. Bring it in.
So we'll set our pit options.
Okay, make any adjustment you
We're
need.
going to take 4 tires. I'm actually going to take a half round of wedge out of the race car and try to help free it up just a bit. And we're going to go 1 can of fuel, which will put us at about 8 to 9 laps to the good to make it to the end. Try to execute this pit entry as fast as we can.
Clear high.
Got some other drivers also pitting with us. Can't speed, and we did not. Solid pit road entry. Still could have pushed it a little bit harder, but still didn't want to risk speeding. That would have definitely ended our chances of winning. So now we're going to fall out of the lead. We just got to wonder how much, and will we have enough time to get back up there? With the alternate pit strategy, we had about a 12 to 13 second lead when the pit stop started in the first place. 15.6.
You're clear out.
Vulcan's still in second.
One up high.
There she goes.
Stay focused. Clear high if you want it.
Butterbean can't be too far behind us, about 7 seconds or so, so we managed really well. Amber Vulcan has yet to be to pit road,
Leaders in the
and
pit.
she's actually coming in right now, so she was not able to actually lead a lap there. Corey Day will transition back as the leader and has fresher tires, roughly 6 seconds ahead of Butterbean Queen, and we're right back on the 20-lap fresher tires again, so
One low.
looking really good for Corey Day
Clear bottom.
here this evening at Charlotte as we look to try to get the double-header sweep tonight of Kansas and Charlotte, win 3 of the first 4 races. So 2 tracks that we won at on our first season of ARCA, and then we won at Bristol and Rockingham as well.
Car outside.
Rockingham we finished 4th though on this season.
Clear, clear.
31.816 that last lap, our fastest lap of the race.
Clear. One outside.
Swalloch not even in the top 5 right now. That's interesting. So he came in 3rd in points. Really hoping he struggles to the finish.
Inside door.
Take that half around a wedge out of the race car, free it up just a little bit more. And I think that's really going to help this race car out a ton as well. We continue to just try to put down our best laps of the race. As I say that, we scraped the wall in the middle of 3 and 4. 14 to go. We'll try not to do that again. Really hurt the car too bad, thankfully.
One high. Clear high. Inside door. Clear all there. Car low. Clear low. Outside door. Clear outside. Car high. Clear up top. One up high. Clear all around.
Boston and Richmond go a lap down.
10 to go.
10 laps left here at Charlotte for Corey Day, our race leader. Let him go 2 for 2 on the night.
Clear low. Inside now.
Well, we're building ourselves a nice buffer because, again, I don't think in the back half of the season we're going to be winning much. So we're doing a great job early in the year to capitalize on 4 straight top 5s. And
Clear, all clear.
we can give up some, we just can't give up a ton.
Inside door. Clear, clear. One outside. Clear up top.
Really, in both races tonight, we just absolutely obliterated the field. Not as much here at Charlotte. Didn't take the lead for the first time to lap 36, but when we did, I think we've led every lap since because we haven't had a caution since before lap 30.
3 wide.
We had 3 yellows in the first race, only 2 so far in this one, so we still may see one more. We'll have to nail that restart. Not
Outside
sure
now.
exactly how many cars are on the lead lap.
Clear outside.
They dictate whether or not I should take tires. From the lead, it'd be very tough to do that. And I know that we're faster than the leaders right now. 5 laps to go, just hoping we get to the white.
Inside now. Clear low.
Four to go. See a caution right now? No. No. I don't see, nor do I want to see one. Jason Kitzmiller in 10th.
One bottom.
Get by him. Only 9 cars are on the lead lap.
Clear low if you want it. Clear high. One inside.
There are only 6 that finished on the lead lap
One high.
in our first race of the night.
Clear high. Two to go now.
Just gotta keep this thing green. With the rookie stripes on it at all. Good little start for Corey Day in his ARCA career. 3 of the first 4 races won in his first full-time season as we try to get him a championship and try to get myself a first championship for ARCA NASCAR 25 as we were unable to do it with Butterbean Queen in the first season.
Car inside.
Final lap of the race.
Clear low.
I believe Cole Raz up there is going to end up being the last car in the lead lap at the finish. So we are on the white flag. Raz is in 9th. quite going to catch him. One more corner to do it. Oh well, though. Checkered flag in the air. Corey Day dominates both Kansas and Charlotte tonight to get the doubleheader victory. Awesome job done as we win the General Tire 150 at Charlotte. Butterbean finishes in second place yet again for our doubleheader. 15 seconds out of the lead in the second race. Will Kimmel finishes in third. Lawless Allen fourth. LeVar Scott rounds out the top five in fifth. Andy Giankowiak sixth. And William Sawalji finished third in the first race. Finishes seventh in this race. So Allen's still going to be second in points. Jake Finch in eighth. Cole Raz ninth. And Jason Kitzmiller rounds out the top 10. Only 9 cars finished on the lead lap. 53 minutes, 14 seconds total time in this race. This race was about a minute longer than the first race as we had one less caution. 2 yellows in this one, 3 in the first. Our next race will be at Michigan. That one will probably be much tougher. It's going to be all about the draft at Michigan. So Michigan and Dover tomorrow night on the channel. And we will do full races of both. And that will begin at 6 p.m. Eastern. 3 wins in the first 4 races for Corey Day. Sawalch in third in points right now still. With that other win, Butterbean moves from 9th to 7th in one race in points at 138. We are at 186, a 30-point lead in the standings over Allen. 209 laps led in the first 3 races. 4 top 5s. Our worst finish is 4th, therefore our average finish of 1.8 to start the season. Solid. It's not going to keep that way. Michigan is going to be a tough race to win. Dover, I finished 2nd in that race on last season, so we'll see how all that works out for us tomorrow. Thanks for everybody tuning in today. Be sure to subscribe, hit the like button if you haven't yet. That's it for our Monday night NASCAR 25 edition. I'll see you guys tomorrow, again, 6 p.m. Eastern. Rest of the schedule for the week is in the community tab for NASCAR 25 action. Catch you